So we're always, interacting online, offline. And you, our listener, actually got us thinking about something pretty fundamental: modern manners.
Yeah, like are they just old-fashioned? Or do they actually help us connect better today?
Exactly. It's a great question. So we looked into this really interesting chat between Alex and Jamie, hosts of Everyday Talk.
Right. They were really digging into why etiquette, good manners, still feels relevant.
So our mission here is to kind of unpack what they talked about, pull out the key ideas on, well, how to handle social stuff with a bit more grace, maybe.
And what's really interesting right away is how the whole idea of good manners, it seems to have changed, hasn't it?
Totally.
Like, we're not so worried about which fork to use anymore, maybe.
Huh? Yeah, probably not calling cards either.
Right. But what Alex and Jamie were getting at is it's shifted more towards, well, emotional intelligence, really, how you make people feel.
That makes sense. It's less about rigid rules and more about awareness.
Exactly. It's the day-to-day stuff they highlighted. Actually making eye contact.
Uh,
Or, like, not interrupting someone mid-sentence because you're already thinking about your reply.
oh, that's a big one. Or just basic respect.
Ah,
And it's kind of weird how often that gets missed, right?
it really is.
I mean, I've definitely seen it as someone just scrolling on their phone while you're trying to talk to them.
Yeah, oblivious. Which kind of leads to the next point, doesn't it? Why does this stuff, this evolution of manners, actually matter now?
Right. Why should we care?
Well, Alex and Jamie put it nicely. They basically said, good manners, at heart, are about making other people feel seen.
Seen, heard, respected.
Exactly. It's like a signal you send. Hey, I acknowledge you're here and you matter.
And they had that great phrase, the ripple effect.
Oh, yeah.
That little things like holding a door open or letting someone merge in traffic.
Uh-huh.
It creates these little waves of positivity.
And Jamie even suggested it's sort of contagious. Like that traffic example. If the car ahead lets someone in, maybe you're a bit more likely to do it too. It's almost like positive peer pressure.
Right. So it contributes to like a better vibe overall. In person and online too, I guess.
Absolutely. If we're all just a bit more considerate, it genuinely makes for a more, well, empathetic environment for everyone.
Okay, so if it's so obviously good, why? Why does it seem like basic manners sometimes just poof, disappear? Alex and Jamie had some thoughts on that.
They did. A big one was just the sheer speed of modern life.
Always rushing.
Yeah, feeling constantly pressured, mentally, time-wise.
Makes sense. When your brain's full of to-do lists.
Exactly. And like they mentioned, we're juggling so much, especially with screens.
Uh,
Our focus kind of narrows. We might just not notice the people around us as much.
and they also talked about maybe a more individualistic culture, sort of why should I bother feeling.
Yeah, that came up. But they made a really sharp point. Good manners aren't supposed to be this heavy obligation. It's about mutual respect.
Yeah,
And so many of these things, like Alex said, they're free. A smile, saying, excuse me, costs nothing.
totally free.
And, as Jamie pointed out, you never really know what someone else is dealing with.
True.
That tiny act of kindness from you, which costs you basically zero, might actually make a huge difference to their day.
Yeah, that's a really powerful thought. Okay, so let's get specific. They talked about different settings. What about the professional world?
Okay, yeah. Punctuality was like number one.
Right, basic respect for other people's time.
Totally. And clear, respectful emails, not firing off something sloppy or demanding. And a big one for both Alex and Jamie was being present in meetings.
Meaning, put the phone away.
Put a phone away.
Yeah.
And actually listen instead of, interrupting all the time.
God, the phone in meetings. It's
Yeah.
almost automatic for some people now. And Jamie also mentioned giving credit, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Mhm.
Giving credit where it's due.
Yeah.
Huge for respect, good manners, collaboration, everything, really.
Yeah, it definitely fosters a better vibe. Okay, so from the office, they moved on to public spaces.
They did. More fluid situations,
And Alex apparently really hates loud music without headphones.
Huh. Yeah, I think a lot of us can relate. That invasion of shared space.
Totally. And they mentioned basics too, like not littering, obvious, but
Still needs saying sometimes. And offering your seat to someone who, might need it. More elderly person, pregnant woman.
right, simple consideration.
And it connects to this idea of just spatial awareness, being mindful of how much space you're taking up.
Like not blocking the whole aisle with your shopping cart.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or your backpack on the train seat next to you.
Yeah.
And they also brought up something interesting, trying to de-escalate situations if things get tense.
Oh, that's a good one. That's definitely a modern skill.
For sure.
Yeah.
A valuable part of public manners, surprisingly.
Okay, and then the internet.
Yeah.
Online etiquette. Always a fun topic.
Yeah, the digital world, the main takeaway there. Just basic kindness. Seems obvious, but
Apparently not always.
apparently not. They talked about, disagreeing respectfully in comments.
Not just flying off the handle.
Right, avoiding oversharing, maybe not spamming people. And that simple thing, asking before you tag someone in a photo.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Basic courtesy. And the tone thing came up too, right?
Hugely important. Jamie really stressed how easily sarcasm or just nuance gets lost in text.
Totally. You think you're being funny and it lands completely wrong.
Exactly. Leads to misunderstandings, offense. So you just need to be extra mindful online, really.
So if you take a step back from all these specific examples,
Right.
what's the common thread?
Well, as Alex and Jamie kind of wrapped it up, it all
Ah.
comes back to empathy.
Ah,
Fundamentally, good manners, wherever you are, it's about thinking how your words or actions might land on someone else.
putting yourself in their shoes, basically. Before you speak, before you act.
Precisely.
Okay, so for you listening, maybe thinking, yeah, I could probably, tune this up a bit.
Hmm.
Did Alex and Jamie offer any practical tips?
Yeah, Jamie suggested practicing mindfulness, just taking that tiny pause before you react.
Like a breath.
Yeah, just a moment to think, okay, how might this affect the other person? It can actually make a big difference.
That's interesting. And Alex?
Alex was more about leading by example.
Yeah.
Like, even if others around you aren't being super polite, if you stick to your own standards,
It might rub off.
it might, subtly encourage better behavior.
Okay.
It reinforces this idea that we all kind of shape the social norms together.
Right, it starts with individual choices.
Exactly what they concluded. Building a more considerate world often starts small with us.
So, wrapping up our own deep dive here.
Yeah.
It feels pretty clear that, yeah, the way we show good manners might change.
Uh-huh.
But those core ideas, respect, empathy, they're not going anywhere. They're actually crucial for getting along today.
Yeah, what's really powerful is that it's not about huge, dramatic gestures. It's all those little things, those small, thoughtful actions added up together. That's what really makes a difference in our daily interactions in our communities.
Well said. So, for you, listening right now, here's a thought to take away. Maybe just pick one small area, one specific interaction in your day.
Mm-hmm.
Could be how you listen in your next chat, or maybe how you phrase that next email or comment online.
Mm-hmm.
Just focus on being a little more mindful of your manners there.
And just see what happens.
Yeah. See if you notice any change, even a tiny ripple effect, from just that little bit of extra thought, that conscious effort towards courtesy. Observe the results.